What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is Podrey, and I am on my gaming channel. Um, Here in a moment, I'm gonna play me some Madden, and but for right now, if you look up here at all my tabs, you'll see that I got quite a few open. Got JC's channel, got Nightmarin, actually Aaron, um, got Reinhard of Chaos. I just found them today. We got Gamer Petro, 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 Peter, probably. Um, I found this channel a couple weeks ago. Over here, I got KB1 Solo. I've linked up with him and Pinky a few times and played 7 Days to Die. He was playing 7 Days to Die a moment ago, but he's playing some other games. And we got Olive Gaming. He's on 7 Days to Die. And even though I'm not really paying attention to the gaming right now, I want to help their algorithm. Want to help out their stats. Showing that someone's watching, things like that. But anyway, um, earlier today, I was watching, um, Supergirl on Netflix. Right now, you got DC Legends, you got Supergirl, you got the Flash, and you got the Arrow. And all four of them have collaborated on a few episodes. So I try to keep up with all four of the seasons. But on this episode that I was watching today, I had a happy moment, but it like turned into shit. It turned into trash. And what I mean is, on the season that I'm on, they're dealing with racism of aliens. And one of the humans happens to be a vigilante, and he's melanated, and he's dating a non-melanated woman, and he sits down and he tells her a story about his brothers, and a friend, I think it was like 4 or 5 of them, all melanated little boys, and how they had lived in this area where some other folks would not have thought that they should have been living in. And on this one particular night, the police was called on them, and he and his friends found themselves in handcuffs. And so he's telling this story, and I'm like, yes, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Put our story out there. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk about racism in any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? The one melanated person, which is fucked up. Most series and shows usually have only one melanated person, as a, part of the main cast. Blah. Anyway, so he tells this story, and I'm turned up. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. But later in the episode, you have another melanated person who's part of the main cast, and he's dealing with an issue with um, his father having basically Alzheimer's, and so he's not wanting to deal with that. And the father is with this young lady, um, and the young lady is going through issues with her mother, and so it's like a perfect union between the two of them to sit down and talk because they got something in common. They have something in common. If you watch the show and if you make it to this season or whatever, I'm not trying to ruin it for you, but it's like towards the end of season 3, and so she asked him, how did he make it through his times of hardships? And he speaks about his faith. And that's when I started to get a bit bothered. My family member in real life ran across um, a book of the Bible, a rewritten version of the Bible, specifically for slaves. All right, and to keep it simple, if you know your history, you'll know that the Bible was used as a tool in so many different ways within so many different societies. And for slaves, it was a way of having them be obedient to the slaver, the master. So when I think about people and their faith and their belief in some type of God, I sit back and I struggle with that because I'm like, I understand that we have been created in some kind of way for some kind of reason, and that's as far as I can go. As far as what's inside of any type of literary fashion or documentary or anybody else's opinion of what created us, it's questionable. And it had been a thorn in my side since I was younger. Something that I had struggled with when I was younger, something that I questioned. And so that's what made the whole episode like a bittersweet episode. I was like, they had to do it to us. And when I say they had to do it to us, it's like people who write these shows, who write the scripts, they have to get the scripts approved by somebody. Okay? And you have so many people that cannot speak for everybody in general. They can only speak for a certain type of people. So you have to believe that things that we call entertainment targets certain type of people. And I don't consider myself a person who's woke, or I don't consider myself a person who's like conscious. You know what I mean? when you look up the definitions of a person who's woke or a person who's conscious, there's a stereotype that goes along with that. And I am most definitely not on that level. My disclaimer is I'm not the smartest person in the world, and I'm not the dumbest person in the world. I've done my research on some things, and I know that there's a lot of things that I can still do my research on, or that I need to do research on. What I need people to do is, if they listen to my videos or watch my videos, whatever, I need them to question everything that I'm talking about, and then I need them to do their own research on the topics that I talk about. And once they've done their own research, I need them to share the information that they have gathered with other people. And the reason why I think they should share their information is because you never know, or they'll never know, when they might come across somebody that needed to talk about that topic, or that person had thought about that topic and they had no one to talk to. Alright? And I know how it feels to sit in a room full of other people who disagree with the way that I think, or disagree with the way that I'm thinking about a specific topic or something. And they look at me like I'm the weirdo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that's my disclaimer. I might run my mouth and rant about things that might be passionate to me, but it's like, it's therapeutic. My family member is way wiser, is really wise. And so I feel like I'm some stages below my family member, because they've done they spent their time reading, understanding words, understanding vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to read between the lines in the correct way. And I can't compete with that. My thing is to do the wisest thing, and that's shut the fuck up and soak up the knowledge, and do my research at my own time. You know what I'm saying? And I love learning vicariously through other people, but I also love, learning something, period. So even though I have my understanding of what has happened to my ancestors and folks that look like me and folks who don't look like me, things like that, I still have to take the time to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? I have to listen or give somebody a chance to talk about these topics, and see if they're full of shit or not, or see if they really know what they're talking about, and let that be that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that you just can't talk to, because they have it stuck in their mind of how they want to think about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to just let a person air out their own thoughts and let that be that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's one of those moments where I saw that episode and I was like, ugh, that's so bothersome. And it really is, because it's like, man, anyone that looks like me and is going through life in these days and times are going to have a moment where they're going to have to struggle with some issues dealing with folks who don't look like us, and dealing with folks who look like us too. Because folks who look like us also are on the other team. You know what I'm saying? They root for the people who don't look like us, and it fucks up the system. It fucks up the type of system that we really need to have in our community. So anyway, watching that episode, just gave me the fuel to want to push my thoughts out on my channel, and I'm hoping that if you understand where I'm coming from, you can, like I say, question what I'm talking about, do your own research, and leave me a comment or share your information with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where, and I've made plenty of videos about this, when it comes down to entertainment, as much as I want to clear my thoughts about the bullshit that's going on in real life, I keep getting reminded of the things that I'm uncomfortable with in this life. I'm constantly reminded of what's really going on nowadays. I'm constantly being reminded of what has happened, and it just, it touches me. It fucks with me. It bothers me. But as you can see, like, I'm sitting up here, I'm watching, people play my favorite game, which is 7 Days to Die. And 7 Days to Die, it's a zombie killing, post-apocalyptic game. It's a game that everything can be destructed. You can destruct everything in the game in order to use that as a resource to craft something else. There's animals that are actually hunting you down. Except for the rabbits and the chickens. They're the ones that I really can't stand, because you got to chase them down. You know what I mean? But if you got a good aim, you'll get them. You know what I'm saying? You can get them with one shot. You know what I mean? Like right there, that's a coyote. But the coyote sensed that he was there, and they're programmed to come and get you. You know what I'm saying? So there's different infections. There's different game mods that you can add with this game. Once you go to Steam and buy it, it comes with like the last 7, 8, 9, 10 updates that they have done to the game. The game was on console, and it got up to like Alpha 15, and whoever was helping them, the company that was helping them with the company that was helping the developers of 7 Days to Die for console, put the developers through issues, and they had to stop working with that company, and that stopped the process of updating the console. They're supposed to be doing a new console update, but that's going to be on the next generation of PlayStation and Xbox. And I don't know if we'll get the next generation of PlayStation or Xbox. So that means that I don't know if I'll buy the game to play it on the next generation, to see what they do on that update. But I still play the original version on console, and I play the PC version. So I like this game. I try to support, not try, but I support as many content creators as I can. As you see right here, I seen that this young lady was playing, had teamed up with someone else on gameplay earlier today, so I wanted to see if they had a channel. And if they had a channel, I wanted to see how often they play the game, so that way I could subscribe to their channel and show them some support as well. But they didn't have any other gameplay, things like that. But I know I got off the topic. It's just, I'm letting you know that I don't keep myself consumed with shit that pisses me off. That's just not the way that I go. That's not the way that I live my life. Um, and I wouldn't suggest that anybody else do it either. There was a time when, I would say about 2007, 2008, there was a big wave of people who are on this conscious level, people who were supposed to be woke or whatever, and it was all on the Illuminati topic. And you get consumed with that. I had was working with a young lady who, she and her family, they 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 practice this belief of metaphysical research, metaphysical MRSI, something like that, institute, metaphysical research institute, something like that. Um, and the young lady, she constantly talked to me about what she had learned, and the benefits of thinking on that level, and blah blah blah. And I would hear her out because I like to hear new shit. It didn't mean that I was going to subscribe to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying subscribe as in she had a channel, but it's like I didn't dive all in it with her, but I did like some of the things that they had to say. It's like the gentleman, I think it was John Henrik Clark, Dr. John Henrik Clark. He had said in one of his main statements that he is not trying to change a person or make a person follow a religion or follow a belief. His mission is to help people change the way that they think about all this religious stuff. Showing folks that there are more than one ways of thinking besides the whole traditional way of thinking. There's a whole nother level to what religion and belief and faith is all about. And so, through his studies, he was just sharing that information with people. And it is just something that, if you wanted to get some more information on, you check out John Henrik Clark. Let me see if I can, hold on. That's crazy. I opened up a new tab and went to YouTube, and they usually will recommend people, and I found a new channel that plays 7 Days to Die. So that's bananas. It's cool like that. Hold on. Okay. It's Dr. John Henrik Clark. And as you can see, like right here, he talks about the coming of the European. How come? No. A great and mighty walk. He has interviews. He had talked with Dr. Farrakhan. But if you want to find out some more information about him, folks have put his information on a channel. This is what he looks like right here. This gentleman right here, this melanated gentleman right there. And once you look up his name, you can either go to his channel or scroll down and you'll find um, more and more information. And right here, they let you know that he is a pan Africanist writer, a historian, a professor, and a pioneer in the creation of African studies and something else. So anyway, um, when I tell you that I've done my research on some things, I really have sat back and done my research on some things. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you that there's a whole lot of stuff out there that I can still do research on, believe me, there is. Um, what's that saying? You can't believe everything that you hear, and you can only believe a certain amount of stuff that you see, type of, or whatever that saying is. It's true. It's very true. I don't believe the shit that's in books. I don't believe the shit that I see on TV. You know what I mean? Or even on the internet, because the shit is all doctored. It's tampered with. It's really tampered with. You gotta find original works, original books, to really get an idea of what was going on before those books got tampered with. So I'm gonna get off of here. I just wanted to end it on this note, and I will hope that while you're watching whatever you're watching on TV or streaming or whatever you're doing to find some entertainment, I'm hoping that you find some joy and relaxation, but yet you still keep your mind open to the bullshit, so that way you don't get sucked in and find yourself conflicted. You know what I mean? Stay true to who you are, if you are a person who is in thought and a person who depends on what they think about. And what I mean by that is, if you rely on the way that you've been taught, then that's you. But if you had to unthink some shit and relearn some things about life, then hey, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to piss anybody off. The one thing that I'm racist towards is ignorance. When it comes down to a person's background or color of their skin, that doesn't mean shit to me, because man, there's so much history. People of the same color had treated themselves badly all throughout history, period. So, I'm not bothered by that anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I learned what I've learned. I know what I know. And I know that there's more information out there to learn. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I need to take some time and play me some football. Like, I need to get the content for my channel, and then I might take some time to play some 7 Days to Die, because I also need to play on one of the worlds. Like right now, I got 4 different worlds going on.
Podrey. TC, what does that mean?
Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Just had a short conversation with Petro. He was asking me if I had seen that series called Breaking Bad, and then he was like reminding me that I need to go ahead and get on PlayStation. You know, quite a few other gamers play on PlayStation, and he also wants to collab with me. He asked me to if I had a PlayStation so I could collab with him. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna get off here, man. Um, I want you to have a good day, a good night, a good morning. Like I say, question everything that I'm talking about. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying, and share your information with others. All right. This is Padre, and I'm out. Peace.